it's dangerous for other kids and maybe for himself.
When you see something, say something. That's exactly what a young Pasco County boy did during a scary encounter with a gun at school. And take a look at this. Wildfires still burning across parts of northern and southern California. We will have an update from the Golden State.
Oh, and while we're getting ready to celebrate Halloween, on the other side of the world, Hindus are preparing for their annual Festival of Lights. Brightside at 4:30 starts now.
Welcome back to Brightside. Glad you could be with us. Happy Friday. We made it.
Yeah, we did. Oh, I'm not used to
There you go. I know. You're not here bright and early.
Still asleep.
Dark and early.
Yeah.
All right, 4:30 a.m.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
It's still really early.
Right.
I'm Jabari Thomas.
I'm Rob
It's
Finnegan.
4:30.
Yep.
I know.
Caleb Lockerbie has the day off today
Yeah.
as we head into the weekend. We're going to get you to know in just a minute, but first, we want to make the most of the time you have with us. So, on that note, Autumn Robertson in for Grant as we start the show off. Autumn, welcome back.
Hey,
how are you?
Good. A little tired.
Good.
Maybe not as tired as Jabari,
Yeah.
but we're here.
Pulling it together.
3 of these, please, and then just a check. Yeah, what are we looking at today?
Yeah, for today, starting out much warmer than yesterday, if you notice, heading outside, a little bit more humid throughout the area today. 77 in Tampa, 78 in St. Pete this morning, so it is feeling a bit more on the muggy side and also the warmer side. But as we get throughout the rest of the day, we should stay on the quiet side throughout most of the morning with just some clouds popping through, and we'll have a better chance of seeing maybe a bit more rain later on this morning, later on this evening as well. So here's a look at your temperatures across the nation this morning. Your expected highs, 88, 89 in Tampa. We're still going to be one of the warmest spots in the country. Not too much of a surprise there. And here's a look at our temperatures. Our expected highs over the next several days. Our normal highs around 83 degrees. We're going to get up to around 89 once again today. Stay in those upper 80s. And sunrise around 7:36 a.m. I'll break down what to expect in regards to rain as we get throughout the rest of the day. Coming up.
All right, Autumn, thank you. We want to make the most of the time you have with us this morning, even if it's just for a few minutes. So let's get you in the know, and let's do that right now. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office is calling this 8-year-old third grader from Hudson Elementary a hero this morning after he reported seeing a gun that one of his classmates apparently brought to school. Blake Johnson spoke with 10 News last night alongside his mother after the Sheriff's Office confirms one of his third grade classmates pulled out a loaded handgun in the bathroom. At first, Blake says he didn't know if it was real, but he became concerned when the other students started to threaten him if he reported what he saw.
I saw them in the backpack and I was like, what's in there? And then the kid responded and he said, it's a gun. And I said, is it real? And he said, yes.
When the boy showed the gun to my grandson, he said, if you tell anybody, I'll shoot you in the head.
When you hear that as grandma,
It brings me to tears.
I mean, how scary is that? Blake notified the school's security guard who located both the student and the gun. The sheriff's office says it's too soon to say if criminal charges will be filed, but that other students will likely face a mandatory 10-day suspension and possible expulsion from the school. Today at Lakeland's Kathleen Middle School, teachers are going to wrap up their temporary classrooms as they get ready for school on Monday. That's when the kids will return to classes. A tornado ripped the roof off this school, parts of this roof, over the weekend, and their kids now are going to have to use portable classrooms that have been brought in. Just down the road, the tornado also ripped off the roof of a feed supply plant, leaving stores scrambling to restock.
I'm Angelina Salcido in Lakeland, here at the Purina distribution center that was hit by that EF2 tornado that tore through last Friday. You're going to see walls down, concrete crumbled, and the roof gone. Now local suppliers are feeling the impact.
I am concerned because I'm not sure, we're still kind of unsure where the feed is going to be distributed from now, because obviously that building is kaputs.
Now Purina is making sure that they stay in touch with their local suppliers to make sure that they're doing okay. They're building a temporary center so that they can continue distributing feed.
3 employees were in the building when that tornado hit. They were not hurt. That is the good news. Well, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is now supporting the idea of college athletes getting paid. 2 bills have been filed in the state to let players use their name or brand to make money off endorsement dollars. California passed a similar law earlier this year. That law will not go into effect, though, until 2023. We'll see if that actually happens. Meantime, every child in Florida could soon learn the importance of water safety. A South Florida state senator is going to be introducing a bill during the next legislative session. The bill would require all K through 12 schools to teach students how to handle getting caught in rip currents. They'll learn about general water safety and the importance of swimming lessons, but it will not require students to take swimming lessons. They're just trying to keep kids safer in the water. All right, several fires are burning in California as you wake up on this Friday morning. Thousands of people had to evacuate from their homes. Fire crews are doing everything they can to stop the flames. There's almost nothing left of many homes in Geyserville, California. 70-mile-an-hour winds have also fueled the Kincaid fire.
You could actually hear the wind coming down the canyon over my neighbors from here. It sounded like a rocket.
Utility companies shut off power to thousands more in hopes of preventing their equipment from causing wildfires. Just 24 hours ago, PG&E said one of the transmission lines failed just before the Kincaid fire started, but added that it's too early to jump to conclusions. In all, about 25 million people throughout the state of California right now are under alerts. That puts it into perspective, doesn't it? 25 million people. All right, let's go to Washington, D.C. now. A funeral will be held in Baltimore for Congressman Elijah Cummings. He died last week at the age of 68. Former Presidents Clinton and Obama will eulogize the Maryland Democrat. People gathered on Capitol Hill on Thursday to pay their respects to Congressman Cummings. He's the first African-American lawmaker to lie in state at the U.S. Capitol. In Alabama, a couple who police say killed 3-year-old Camille Cupcake McKinney are now facing capital murder charges. Patrick Stallworth and his girlfriend, Derek Aisha Brown, faced a judge on Thursday and were both denied bond. Investigators have not said how the child was killed, but her body was found in a dumpster at a landfill earlier this week. If convicted, the couple could face the death penalty. All right, in Chicago, that teacher strike is now entering week number 2. The teachers union and the district could not come to an agreement on Thursday, so it's back to the picket line for teachers there. Classes canceled in Chicago again today. The strike also means student athletes cannot take part in school-related sports. They'll have to miss their games tonight, so no Friday lights in Chicago. All right, a one-of-a-kind guitar-shaped hotel. If you've been in South Florida, you might have driven by this. It's right off the highway, but it is now officially open for business. The Seminole Hard Rock Hotel is on the tribe's land in Hollywood, Florida. It's got 600 rooms, so a pretty big hotel, and the night beams of light will mimic the strings of a guitar, as you can see right there. And they can change the colors and do different designs and patterns, and the grand opening had fireworks. It's pretty cool. They're going to have a lot of different concerts. Maroon 5 is actually playing there tonight as part of their grand opening. Yeah, really cool.
I didn't know that was the hotel because like most of them they have that's like the sign out front, but
like
that's
decorative.
The actual hotel.
Yeah.
That's really cool. All right, beautiful people, this Sunday begins the 5-day celebration of Diwali. It's the biggest holiday celebration of the year for the Hindu religion. So the Festival of Lights date back thousands of years. Oh yeah, so this morning we're going beyond the headline to look at the history and traditions of Diwali.
The history of Diwali dates back more than 2,500 years. Like many Hindu festivals and traditions, it's hard to pin down the exact origin, But many of the stories associated with Diwali deal with good triumphing over evil. Diwali lasts for 5 days. The big celebration takes place on the 3rd day, though. The date changes each year. Yeah, and it's based on the Hindu lunar calendar. All right, now let's get to the actual celebrations. Diwali is known as the Festival of Lights because people light clay lamps and they leave them throughout their homes. This leaves no room for darkness or evil to enter. Many people also mark the festival by lighting off fireworks. And no good celebration, I must say, is complete without some delicious food. Sweet and savory treats are enjoyed throughout the 5 days, with big meals often shared on days 3 and 5.
I love their food, by the way. So keep things bright over the next few days, and happy Diwali.
All right, most people agree that they need more sleep. Oh boy. And that's especially true when it comes to your kids. Good morning. Welcome back to Brightside. I'm Rob Finnerty. Happy Friday. Caitlin Lockerbie has got the morning off. So let's talk about what's happening today in Tampa Bay. Today kicks off the annual Tampa Boat Show. I know it's a little bit later in the year than we normally have it, but it was rescheduled because of Hurricane Dorian, which hit over Labor Day weekend. The show will be at the Tampa Convention Center, where it is every year. Doors are going to open at 10 o'clock this morning. It'll be open on Saturday and Sunday as well. In Sarasota, the Halloween Trail Carnival in Arlington Park is happening today from 5 to 7. There's going to be games, trick-or-treating, and a costume contest. As always, this is free and open to families. All right, Autumn Robertson is in for Grant this morning. And Autumn, I'll tell you, it heated up yesterday, but nice start.
It did heat up yesterday. Yeah, it was a nice start for sure, but it really changed as we got throughout the rest of the day. Those clouds came in and we were heating up pretty quickly. We already got up to the upper 80s yesterday, right before noon, and we actually surpassed our record of 90 degrees. We got up to 92 yesterday. So a little hot, a little steamy out there, and today is going to be very similar. We're seeing some clouds pass through the area this morning. This is downtown Tampa, 77 degrees already. So it was already a warmer start compared to yesterday. Humidity at around 88%, your relative humidity, so it is going to feel a little muggy outside nonetheless. For 70s all throughout the area throughout the morning today. 73 in Crystal River, getting further south. We're close to 80 in Sarasota this morning, and still mostly dry, not seeing much of anything on our radar at the moment, but as we get towards the afternoon, we have a better chance of seeing those isolated showers. So very similar to yesterday with our rain chances, about 30% chance, a shower that may pass through around maybe 1, 2 o'clock, and then throughout this evening as well. 89 degrees is going to be your expected high for today. A lot of areas will just stay right underneath those 90s. So 86 in Crystal River today by the afternoon, 86 also in Dade City and in Zephyr Hills. Around the Tampa Bay area, we have a high of around 88, 89 in Tampa today. But overall, we'll stay just right underneath those 90s throughout most of the area. 87 for St. Pete. Further south in Sarasota and Manatee County, we have a better chance of seeing 90s once again. So 91 in Bradenton, also in Sarasota, and also further inland, maybe some 90s. And in Polk County, most areas will be in the 80s today. So overall, very similar today compared to your temperatures from yesterday, and we'll see some scattered showers potentially throughout the area. So this is your play-by-play throughout the rest of the afternoon. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, we're seeing spotty showers along the Tampa Bay area and in Polk County, and staying with us for a little bit as we get into around 5 o'clock as well. So you may run into a shower once again. Don't be surprised if you run into a heavy downpour, but it shouldn't be anything too significant. It shouldn't be much widespread rain until we get to around Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. So I wouldn't even say Saturday and Sunday is considered widespread. Just a little bit of better rain coverage throughout the area. So this is around the afternoon for Saturday as well. Spotty showers once again starting from the east and moving west, and we'll stay on the active side all the way throughout the rest of your weekend. Not really seeing much of a change with precipitation until we get way into next week. So here's a look at the weekend ahead. We have this merging front along with the potential system that's in the tropics that's going to bring a lot of rain to Texas, Louisiana, and throughout most of the South. This really won't impact us too much, but we'll still be still have a really moist air mass over us as we get into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. So we really won't see much changes with precipitation until we get into around Halloween, actually. So it's looking pretty good for Halloween. We have a better chance of seeing some drier weather for us. It's going to be trick-or-treating and heading outside before this weekend. I would say keep your rain jackets and umbrellas close because showers are going to stick with us at least until next week.
All right, I like that. We need a little pumpkin or something on that Halloween next Thursday.
Yeah.
Hey, now to some stories that are good to know, especially for any parents or expecting parents out there in the Bay Area. Are your children getting enough sleep? It's a good question. New research says that about half of kids in the U.S. are not getting the sleep they need. Tom Hansen tells us why getting enough Z's is critical for kids at any age.
Sarah Jane Witchell makes sure her 6-year-old daughter gets plenty of sleep.
When your daughter doesn't get enough sleep, what's she like?
She's a complete nightmare and not cute. And there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of back and forth.
She says her secret to getting her daughter to bed is a good routine.
We read stories, we brush our teeth. She kind of knows too that if she doesn't follow the routine, it's no fun for her.
A new study presented at the American Academy of Pediatrics National Conference shows many kids need more rest. Researchers surveyed parents of nearly 50,000 U.S. children ages 6 to 17 and found less than half are getting the recommended minimum of 9 hours of sleep most weeknights.
If a kid's getting enough sleep, then that kid has the opportunity to be better equipped for the day. That means stays on task in school, doesn't melt down at the end of the day with mom and dad, is happier, and is just flourishing.
Many parents and kids are balancing crazy schedules, from school and work to after-school homework, sports, and activities. But Cleveland Clinic pediatrician Dr. Ellen Rome says everyone needs to make sleep a priority.
Parents can set up systems so that their kid is organized to have schedules that work. Parents can also be careful not to overschedule.
Dr. Rome also says no electronics in the bedroom and no screen time before bed. That's part of the Sullivan family's routine.
We try to make sure our kids don't look at these screens for an hour or so before going to bed.
She says more sleep is a win for the whole family. Tom Hansen, CBS News, New York.
4:49 a.m. right now, by the way. I just wanted to give everybody a quick reminder. Younger kids, ages 3 to 5, need even more sleep, according to this study, between 10 and 13 hours a night. 13 hours a night. Be amazing. I'm speechless. A nationally renowned St. Louis theater organist is here in Tampa to play along a classic film on one of the oldest organs in the entire world.
The Bay Area has a unique personality, from culture and entertainment to history and tradition. There's so much to do from Tampa Bay to Z. So the Tampa Theater is one of the few original movie palaces still standing today. It was built in 1926, and it's home to one of the original organs as well. So organs back in the day were used to bring music to movies. And tonight, you can catch a 1923 horror flick with the help of a special guest organist from St. Louis.
You have to do this all in real time with no delete button. So
it's like live TV, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Only worse. It's it's like a live TV telethon.
Yeah.
I started coming to Tampa in about 2004, 2003 or 2004, and it was to meet a rather extraordinary organist who was here by the name of Rosa Rio. She was the last living professional theater organist from the 1920s.
Wow.
So she passed away at 107.
Wow.
I had the privilege of getting to know her very well.
What are you going to be doing for the people here at the Tampa Theater this weekend?
Well, this is a very special film, Hunchback of Notre Dame. It was an enormous production in 1923. So it's really worth seeing in terms of the cinematography and just as a piece of historic film. But what I'm doing with that is providing a live score. So I'm taking themes from all different places, classical music, orchestral music, even classical organ music, and reassembling them, associating a piece of music with each character on the screen.
Wow.
These are very rare machines. There are only a few hundred left anywhere in the world.
Wow.
And to have one which is really the original organ in its original theater, although it has seen some changes over the years, it's still one of the few places in the world you can watch this film and still have the same emotional response that the original producers intended.
So the original organ pipes, they're actually still working, yeah. The Hunchback of Notre Dame screening accompanied by Dr. Ball will be tonight at Tampa Theater at 7. Tickets are just $13.
Really cool piece right there.
Awesome,
Yeah, that's a
awesome.
great theater, too.
Yeah, it's beautiful. All right, beautiful people, if it's streaming, screening, or just heating up Hollywood, Brightside is all over it. Here is the buzz. More than 10,000 people from around the world submitted their best dance moves and vocals to become part of 2 new music videos released by the rock band Queen. Yeah, the project celebrates a new milestone for the song Bohemian Rhapsody, which just became the first music video made before 1990 to hit 1 billion views on YouTube. Wow. A third new music video for A Kind of Magic uses fan art. Excuse me.
No, I'm with you. It's Friday morning.
Will the Sanderson sisters return from the afterlife, or is it just a bunch of hocus pocus? So according to yeah, I know, right? It's good. According to Deadline, a Disney Halloween classic is being turned into a sequel for Disney Plus. I was just talking about this last week that they should do this.
Yeah.
So the original film came out in 1993. No word yet on if the original cast will be returning or any plots. But remember, I said like Tiffany Haddish should play a role, Melissa McCarthy should play a role, And
You can have Sarah Jessica Parker back for
Yeah.
I would like the full. I
Yeah,
like the old.
the
school
original
cast.
cast.
Really?
Yeah.
I tried to watch it the other day for the millionth time, and I was like, I'm over it.
I'd like to see a Where Are They Now with like the kids and
Yeah.
the cat and all that kind
The
of stuff.
cats.
Maybe not the cat. Hey, stay with us. More Brightside plus your weekend forecast coming up at 5.